Have you ever noticed that when things finally feel okay, when there's no immediate crisis, no urgent problem to solve, no fire to put out, your body doesn't relax. Instead, you feel on edge, restless, guarded, almost like you're waiting for something to go wrong. And you might find yourself thinking, why can't I just enjoy this? Why do I feel uneasy when there's actually nothing wrong? And why does calm feel uncomfortable instead of peaceful? If that sounds familiar, I want to say this clearly. There is nothing wrong with you. You're not ungrateful, you're not broken, and you're not doing healing wrong. Hi, I'm Janine Naus, your grief and trauma relief specialist, and today we're going to talk about something many trauma survivors experience, but rarely name. Why feeling okay can feel unfamiliar or even uncomfortable after trauma. Because when your nervous system has spent a long time in survival mode, peace isn't always registered as safety. And sometimes it's registered as uncertainty. So for many trauma survivors, chaos feels familiar. Hypervigilant kept you protected. Staying alert helped you survive. So when life finally steadies, when there's space to breathe, your body doesn't instantly trust it. And before we go any further, I invite you to gently notice, no fixing and no judging. What does your body do when things feel calm? Do you tighten, stay alert, feel emotionally flat, or brace for what's next? Just noticing that response is already a healing step. So in today's healing step session, we're going to explore why peace can feel unfamiliar after trauma, how survival patterns shape your relationship with calm, and how to begin feeling safe when life isn't in crisis without forcing positivity or pushing yourself to feel better. So let's take one gentle breath together and step into this with curiosity and care. And when you've lived through trauma, especially prolonged stress, emotional unpredictability, or environments where safety wasn't consistent, your nervous system learns a very specific way to survive. And it learns how to respond to threat. It learns how to manage crisis. It learns how to stay alert, prepared, and responsive. But here's what most people are never taught. The nervous system doesn't automatically know how to rest in neutrality. Now, for many trauma survivors, okay isn't familiar territory. Your body learned how to brace, how to anticipate, how to stay one step ahead. So when life finally settles, when nothing urgent is happening, your nervous system doesn't read that as safety. It reads it as uncertainty. And uncertainty in the past often meant danger. That's why calm can feel suspicious. That's why peace can feel fragile. And that's why your body might stay alert even when your mind says everything's fine. This isn't anxiety in the traditional sense. It's not negativity or pessimism. It's a survival system doing exactly what it learned to do. Now, I want to invite you to check in gently with yourself right now. When things feel calm or okay, what does your body do first? Does it stay alert? Do your thoughts start scanning for problems? Do you feel emotionally flat or guarded? Now, there's no right or wrong answer here, and this isn't about changing anything. It's about understanding what your body learned and why. If peace feels unfamiliar, it doesn't mean you're stuck. It often means you're standing at the edge of something new, a nervous system learning that safety doesn't always come from chaos. Next, I want to share a personal moment when I realized that my discomfort was of everything being fine wasn't intuition or worry. It was my nervous system still living by old survival rules. Now, I want to share a personal moment with you because this realization didn't come to me all at once. There was a time in my life when, on the surface, things were finally fine. Nothing urged, urgent was actually happening and no immediate crisis. There was no fire to put out. And I remember thinking, this is what I've been working toward. But instead of feeling relieved, my body stayed tense. And I noticed myself scanning for problems that weren't there, feeling emotionally flat when I thought I should feel grateful, waiting almost unconsciously for something to disrupt the calm. And I judged myself for it. Why can't I just enjoy this? What's wrong with me? Now, what I didn't understand at the time was this. My nervous system had spent years learning how to survive chaos. It hadn't yet learned how to live in peace. So when life became steady, my body didn't feel safe. It felt unfamiliar, unpredictable, almost too quiet. Nothing was wrong with my intuition, and nothing was wrong with me. My body was still operating from an old map, one where calm didn't mean safety, it meant waiting. And if you ever noticed yourself feeling uneasy when things aren't going well, or emotionally distant when life feels stable, I want you to hear this. That response makes sense. And it doesn't mean you're disconnected. It means your nervous system is still catching up to a new reality. Once I understood that, something shifted. So instead of trying to force myself to feel peaceful, I started listening to what my body was protecting me from. And that's what I want to help you understand next. So, we're going to talk about 3 reasons peace can feel uncomfortable after trauma. See, when peace feels unfamiliar, it's not random, and it's not because you don't know how to enjoy life. Most trauma survivors experience discomfort with calm for very specific protective reasons. So let's name them gently. Now, the first reason is your nervous system learned chaos, not calm. If your body spent years adapting to stress, unpredictability, or emotional volatility, then chaos became familiar. Familiar doesn't mean healthy. It just means known. So when life finally steadies, your nervous system doesn't recognize peace as safe. It recognizes it as an unknown. And the nervous system is wired to be cautious with the unknown. Now, the second reason is peace creates space for emotions you once had to suppress. When things slow down, emotions that were once overwhelming can rise to the surface. And those emotions could be sadness or grief, anger, loneliness. So staying busy helps keep those feelings contained. So when peace arrives, your body may react with discomfort, not because peace isn't wrong, but because it creates space. And the third reason peace can feel uncomfortable after trauma is that survival became part of your identity. Now, for many trauma survivors, being strong, capable, alert, or resilient wasn't just a skill, it became a part of who you had to be. So when life feels okay, it can create an unsettling question inside. Who am I if I'm not surviving? And that question alone can make peace feel destabilizing. So if you recognize yourself in any of these, just pause with me for a moment. This isn't a flaw. It's not resistance. It's actually adaptation. Your nervous system learned exactly what it needed to learn to get you through. Now, I'd like to invite you to gently notice without judging which of these feels most familiar right now. The unfamiliarity of calm, the emotions that surface in quiet, or the loss of an identity built around survival. Now, just noticing is enough. Now that we understand why peace can feel uncomfortable, I want to guide you through a gentle way to help your body experience calm without pressure or forcing. Now that we've named why peace can feel uncomfortable, I want to offer you a gentle strategy and something that you can try without pushing yourself to feel calm or grateful or relaxed. This isn't about making peace feel good. It's about helping your nervous system learn that peace doesn't automatically mean danger. And I call this practice staying with neutral. See, neutral moments are often overlooked, but they're incredibly powerful for healing. Neutral is the moment when nothing urgent is happening, nothing needs to be solved, nothing feels especially good or bad. For trauma survivors, neutral can feel unsettling because it's unfamiliar. So instead of asking your body to relax, we ask it to stay present for just a few seconds. So let's try this together. If it feels okay, let your body settle however it naturally wants to. You don't need to change your posture or close your eyes. Just take one slow breath deep in and then let it go. Now gently bring your attention to something neutral around you. Maybe it's the feeling of your feet on the floor, or the temperature of the room, or the sound of your breath, the support of the chair beneath you. See, nothing soothing, nothing emotional, just simply neutral. Stay with that neutral sensation for 5 seconds. Now, if your body wants to move, that's okay. If your mind wanders, that's okay. If discomfort shows up, that's information, not a problem. What you're doing here is teaching your nervous system something new. I can be here without bracing. I can be present without danger. I don't have to fix this moment. Even 5 seconds counts, and you don't need to turn peace into comfort yet. Safety comes first, and safety grows through small, repeatable moments of neutrality, not pressure. Next, I want to offer you a journaling prompt, something you can explore later at your own pace to help you understand what part of you stays on guard when things feel okay. I want to offer you a journaling prompt you could come back to later, maybe tonight, this week, or anytime you notice that uneasy feeling when things seem okay. There's no rush with this, and there's no need to get it right. This is about curiosity, not conclusions. Here's the prompt, and I'll say it twice so you can write it down. When life feels calm or okay, what part of me stays on guard, and what is it afraid might happen? Now I'll repeat that. When life feels calm or okay, what part of me stays on guard, and what is it afraid might happen? Now, you're not looking for a polished answer, and you might notice a sensation, a memory, a belief, or even a vague feeling. Sometimes the answer isn't words at all. It's tension, restlessness, or a pull to stay busy. And that's still information. If nothing comes up right away, that's okay. Now, if emotions show up, that's okay too. What matters is that you're listening without judgment, and your listening is one of the most powerful ways to build trust with yourself after trauma. And as we come toward the close of today's session, I want to share how you can explore this more personally with guidance, safety, and support. If that feels right for you, if today's session resonated with you, if you recognized yourself in that uneasy feeling when life seems calm, I want you to know something important. You're not broken, and you're not doing healing wrong. Your nervous system is simply responding based on what it learned to survive. And that's why I offer the Healing Clarity session. It's a free 30-minute heart-centered conversation, and it's designed to help you understand what's happening beneath the surface without pressure or judgment. Now, in this private session, we move through 3 gentle steps. So in step 1, it's identify. We identify where your life peace or okayness feels uncomfortable, unsettling, or hard to trust. Then in step 2, we'll uncover. We're going to uncover what part of your nervous system is staying on guard and what it learned to protect you from in the past. And in step 3, we'll discover. And together, we'll discover one compassionate, practical next step that helps your body begin to experience calm as something safe, not something to brace against. This isn't a sales call. There's nothing you need to decide, and you don't have to be ready or have answers. It's simply a space to slow down, make sense of what you're experiencing, and take your next step forward with clarity and care. Now, if that feels supportive, you can schedule your free healing clarity session using the link below. See, healing doesn't begin with forcing yourself to feel peaceful. It begins with understanding why peace hasn't felt safe yet. Before we close today, I want to leave you with one important reminder, something you can carry with you as you move through the days ahead. If peace feels unfamiliar, if okay doesn't feel as safe as you expected, that doesn't mean something is wrong. It often means your nervous system is learning a new language. For a long time, your body learned how to survive chaos, unpredictability, or emotional intensity. So when life steadies, it may take time for your body to recognize that this moment doesn't require bracing. It's not failure, that's adjustment. You don't have to force yourself to feel peaceful, and you don't have to convince yourself to be grateful, and you don't have to rush your nervous system into calm. Safety grows through understanding, patience, and those small moments of trust. So each time you notice yourself staying present when things feel okay, each time you choose curiosity instead of judgment, you're teaching your body that peace doesn't have to be temporary or dangerous. If you're watching this as a replay, whether on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, my email, or YouTube, I want you to know that all of my healing step sessions are available on my YouTube channel, where it's easy to find and revisit them whenever you need. So if you're on YouTube, I invite you to subscribe so you don't miss future sessions. And we continue this work together, one gentle, grounded step at a time. And if today's topic resonated with you, I especially recommend watching this session next. When stillness feels unsafe, why rest triggers anxiety after trauma? It builds directly on what we talked about today, and it explores how the nervous system learns to feel safe in quiet moments. And you'll see a link right here. I want to thank you for being here, and thank you for listening to your body, and thank you for honoring your healing at your own pace. Now remember, peace doesn't have to feel familiar right away. Sometimes it's simply the sign that you're no longer living in constant survival, and your body is learning to rest in a new way. Have a great day. Thank you.